whatever this delusion is that you guys will ever be able to compete with me, let go of it. Salute, MobTube. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. Let me shout some people out. M. Soretti, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Brian Bozak, Michael Hensley, Silo Wren, Love for Steel, Antonino, Stone Sailor, Cinnamon Muff, calling out BS. What's up, bro? Bobby Berberian, Alex Trejo. Let's see. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast says Lee Cole won the debate and that we are in a cult with FBS. He says we are brainwashed because we donate to FBS, but he doesn't mind getting money from his supporters. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that today. The guy's crazy. I'm glad, though, that you guys told me that. Remind me of things in the chat because I don't really watch him like that. I just every now and then see his community post. I don't think I've ever watched the video. So you guys can remind me of stuff like that, points to bring up. He hides his face and is supposedly from the UK, and they are superior to the USA, according to him. Oh, this guy isn't the average Dunsky of the genre FBS is going up against. I just think he has the wrong take on FBS and hasn't been around to see how everything went down. Well, we're going to see. What's up, William Brooklyn? Congrats again on the new job, bro. Michael Hensley, $9.99. Let's do this. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Tears, Joe Root. What's up, guys? Joseph Montanero. Jesse Roth. Oh, he accused me of fleecing you. Okay. NYC Crime Spot, $9.99. My cult member donation. Thanks for the content. Thank you. Thank you, my loyal follower, NYC Crime Spot. I appreciate you. If I make a lot on this show, he's going to lose his mind. Then he'll give himself the credit. Why are people from the UK obsessed with the Mafia? LOL. Good question. Oh, there he is. All right. I'm dropping the link. Here we go. RJM, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I will give him credit that he hates MRE and Chicago Maggot, I guess. Yeah, a lot of you, I saw in the chat, some of you were asking who he is. It doesn't really matter. He's a faceless troll, but he has a lot to say. So, you there?
I am there.
All right. So let's get started. Let me just shout something out first. I know you love when I get donations, so let me shout it out. Hey now, $9.99. Buy a nice Christmas present for Shanna from me. Thank you, hey now. I'll do just that. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's get started. Let me ask you a couple questions real quick. Why do you hide your face?
I'm ugly. I just hide my face. I don't know. I don't want you to see my face. I don't want to get caught up in an argument with, I don't know, say someone like Tony Pizza, Chicago Muscle, people like that. And then people are holding a phone up to me in a pub in 2 or 3 years' time and saying, look, you dickhead.
Okay. So wouldn't the answer be, listen, if you're not ballsy enough to show your face, just don't do this? I mean, be honest.
Well, no,
what
you
you just said.
Dude, I've come to ask you questions. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you some too, bro. It's my show.
I'm here to ask you questions. That's what the arrangement was.
Oh, was it really? I didn't know there was an arrangement, bro. So you don't like my line of questioning. You can't answer. So.
Yeah, but I'm not here to be questioned. I'm here to question you. How is that hard to understand?
When was that arrangement made? Show me in our what was it, comment exchange where that was said. I'm asking you one simple question. Do you think it's cowardly to talk shit about people without letting them know who you are?
You know my identity.
I don't know your identity, bro. I don't know anything about you.
Everybody on here knows who I am. My name is in the about description in my
See,
channel.
I don't pay attention. All I know is this. You used to email me a lot because you hate Jeff Canarsie, and Jeff was my friend at the time, and you wouldn't stop. You were relentless, so I just I blocked you on my email.
I am here today.
You what?
I want to talk about what happened the other night and you scamming people. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, so in other words, you're not willing to take questions. You're just all right, fine. So that just proves my point. But go ahead, ask me a question and tell me how I scam people.
Bro, why would people want to know about me and my life? This is your show. I'm coming on here.
You're attacking people. Who the fuck do you think you are that you get to attack people and then just say, you don't get to know about my life?
Okay, then let's get straight into it. I'm not Lee Cole, right? I don't want to go back and forth with you and say your mum's fatter than mine and things like that. It's ridiculous. I want to address something. I'm going to say something that none of your friends will say to you. And I'm a new here. I'll say this. You got smoked the other night, Willie. You got smoked.
How? Tell me how.
In fact, he's dropped it straight on you. You used to love John Gotti, now you hate John Gotti. Why is that? You know,
I'll get to that in a second, but what else?
Was the same question back. What aboutism? And a return question. Stop it. I am not these people. I'm not stupid.
You didn't see when Lee Cole, everything I asked him, he deflected. You didn't see when I said, what happened to those 1,000 subscribers that disappeared from YouTube, and he wouldn't answer. You didn't see when I asked him about the Gene Borello tapes and he wouldn't answer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
did you hear when he asked you why you hate John Gotti?
Yes, and I answered him, and I will answer you right now. Bro, let me tell you something about life. People change their fucking mind. I used to love my ex-girlfriend. Now I hate the bitch. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. People can't change their mind.
No, of course people can change their mind.
First of all, I never loved John Gotti. I love my wife. I love my kids. I looked up to him because I was a criminal-minded douchebag. I'm not a criminal anymore, and I don't think that way.
I've been there, mate. I've got out of the streets. You're only 3 years out of the streets, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. Yeah. So it's fucking... Look, dude. You got humiliated the other night.
No, I didn't. Nobody thinks that. You are biased. I'll tell you how you're biased. You say I scam people, right? But you stand up for Lee Cole. Let me ask you something. Does Tony Pizza scam people?
I don't stand up for Lee Cole. But go on.
You just did. But listen, Lee Cole, and we'll get to Tony Pizza and some others too. Lee Cole has literally scammed people out of money on here. I have facts. I'm
unaware of that. If you can prove that,
well, then you shouldn't open your fucking mouth. Okay?
No, I shouldn't open my mouth because I'm talking about you.
No. You don't get to pick the rules. This is a debate, and I'm trying to prove that you are biased. You have to be biased to say that Lee won that debate. I smashed him, bro. He brought no facts. I brought all the facts.
People comment sections, you got smoked.
Bro,
you did.
Wait, look at what comment section.
Whether it's some of your videos or Lee's or everyone in that MobTube community, if you look through the comments, people it seems to be like, I'd say,
no. Go on Gunsmoke show, go on Tony Soflo's show, go on my show, and the comments, they'll be in favor of me. Now, wait a minute. Show me a non-biased show where the commenters are saying Lee won. A non-biased show.
Me?
Your show is not non-biased. You go after me.
My videos. I hate Angel Gotti. I hate MRE.
Doesn't matter. You don't hate Lee Cole. You don't hate Lee Cole. Do you understand?
I don't hate you.
You hate me?
No, I don't hate you.
No, but you talk about shit.
I can give great fucking point of view here.
You talk a lot of shit, but let me ask you something, because since I'm a scammer, and I'm going to ask you how I scam people. Lee Cole went to his audience and asked for gas money so he could go on a trip. He then went to another content creator and made him a promise for $200 cash that he couldn't keep. He never took the trip. He scammed the content creator and his chat. Is he a scammer?
Absolutely, if that happened.
Okay, that did happen. Everybody knows it. Okay,
all right,
now you tell me how I scam people. It's about me, right? Tell me.
you manipulate people emotionally. I'm taking something away from you that you love. You're very charming. You're very good at what you do, right? So you've got people like this simpleton on the screen here, Jesse Roth. I don't want to be nasty, but I'm just going to have to get down. You scam people like her by it's emotional manipulation. I'm taking this away from you. Love it. You look, they love it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called supply and demand. It's kind of like this. If you don't pay your Netflix bill this month, they're going to tell you on so-and-so date, you no longer have Netflix.
Bro, can we just start this conversation again? I never wanted it to be like this.
What are you, bro? But I just made a point. Tell me I'm wrong. If you don't pay a subscription price for, say, Netflix, Hulu, do they take it away from you?
Yeah, yes, they do. Okay,
That's
then.
called business. It's supply and demand. I am in demand.
I'm not disputing that.
Okay,
but you will sit you will sit there at the end of your videos and you will say things like, I might not come back on tomorrow. It depends how much money I get. And then all the money will come in. I know what you're doing.
That's not a scam. That's the way I do things. That's a business. That it's like if you're at a pizza joint, everybody's eating pizza, but he didn't get that much business that day, and he says, you know what? If nobody shows up and buys pizza by 2:00 tomorrow, I'm closing the store early. That's business. That's not a scam. Do you understand? I get to put a value on my time. Okay, you don't get to decide how much I should make. I get to decide that.
Oh, the people will decide how much you make, but that's none of my business.
No, because
did you donate to pre-June 2021?
How many people?
Yeah, how many YouTube channels were you a member of, and did you donate to June 2021?
All my friends. Oh, you mean before I started 21? Oh,
when you were watching MRE and all these other channels, how many channels did you donate to? None.
Wait a minute. What about MRE and these other channels? Hold on. My channel came before theirs, bro.
Bro, you've been on YouTube a long time. You know YouTube. You knew MRE when you come on, and I'm not defending that guy.
No, I didn't. MRE came on after me. How did I know him?
Right, so you're telling me MRE came after the Fat Bald-Sicilian?
Yes, everybody knows that. MRE himself said his channel is not as old as mine. Now, it was created earlier. He did not start doing videos until either late July or early August.
Well, he's had a few channels. But so, okay, then let's remove him from the conversation. How many have you, so let's stick to this question. How many channels have you donated to pre-June 2021?
Plenty.
I don't believe you. Which ones?
Why not? Bro, all types of true crime channels, bro. All types of true crime channels.
You better put cash apps up or statements up, all that kind of stuff. Just like I could with channels I've supported. We could both do it tonight, right?
Just out of curiosity, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying you're a hypocrite. How are you missing this? You're a very intelligent man. You know what I'm saying to you.
How am I a hypocrite? Tell me, explain.
Oh my God, you're not an idiot. You're a very intelligent man. You know what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to understand how
many channels did you donate to when you started this one? So when you were just like me.
Let's just say, this is how we'll get down to this. Let's just say I said 0. What would that matter?
Because you're telling people they should. I can't get it now, right? Because I'm on a phone and I've got a little bit of footage of you saying to people, look, I'll take it away because you're not paying me. It's not worth it for me.
Yeah, that's how every YouTuber works.
Same stream, I'm making $8 a month. Do you know what I mean? You're just humiliating yourself. To me, you are anyway.
I am what?
Humiliating yourself.
How?
I don't know, mate.
You don't know exactly. Yeah, listen. Let me explain something to you. Let me ask you something, bro. What do you know about? Wait. What do you know about my personal life?
Pardon?
What do you know about my personal life?
Nothing.
What do you know about my bills? How much I pay every month?
Nothing.
Okay, so how the fuck do you get to tell me 8 grand is enough or not enough? And how the fuck can you say that when you know goddamn well the only time I bitch at anyone is when I'm not getting shit. When I'm
Yeah,
getting good money, I don't say a fucking word. But when I go a week and
and a
I've
month,
made
good
peanuts,
money, and you bitch every episode, every show
no,
I
I
see
don't.
you
No, I
bitching about.
don't. That's why you're biased. You're a liar. No, you were just on my addiction and recovery show. What'd you hear me say?
You were a very charming and nice dude. I'm not going to deny it.
Okay. Did you hear me ask for donations?
No.
As a matter of fact, I said don't donate. These shows are to help people. And even on my other shows, when I'm getting donations, I don't ask. I only ask when I'm not making money. And that's my business. I get to put a value on my time. If MRE or Angel wants to say, I'll do these shows for free, you don't have to give me shit, that's up to them. Now, let me ask you a quick question. I know you said the questions are for me, that's fine, but this is a simple one. Have you ever seen anybody in this mob tube community get attacked the way I do and my family?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Now,
I see equal. There's a few other people that are similar, but yeah, go on.
no,
I
there's
get what
nobody that has dozens of channels about him and his wife and his kids. But here, listen, even if you want to say equal, so I take a lot of abuse. My family takes a lot of abuse. Would you say my show is entertaining?
yeah, I'm entertained.
Okay. All right. So this is my deal with people. I will be your mouthpiece. I will fight the people you fucking hate. I'll come on here and put on a show and dance and sing like a monkey all fucking day. But in return, I would like some compensation for it. I would have to be a fucking masochist to take the kind of abuse I take and say, you know what? I made $40 on this show. That's more than enough. Me and my wife have sat down and we've said, okay, so far they've attacked and threatened the life of our 10-year-old. They have put up pictures of my daughter and made up disgusting rumors about her. They call my wife a whore and make up fake back page ads and lie and say there's sex tapes and OnlyFans. Okay. How much is this worth to us? And we came up with a number. And if I don't hit that number, sorry.
I'm just about to ask you that. What is that amount of your time? Because you said I put a price on my time. What is that?
That's my business.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's absolutely. That's not for you to know. I have bills and shit. I know my standard of living. I know the things I like to do in life. And if I'm not making a certain amount of money, bro, you said you were a street guy. Okay. When I was selling drugs, if I stopped making money selling drugs, I would stop selling drugs. I'd look for a new hustle. Okay. Now, another thing real quick I want to address that was in your comments. One of your commenters said, and I think you did too. Oh, he said he'll go back to making he made $40 on a show and said he'd rather go back to doing factory work. Where are you going to make $40 an hour? Here's the answer. I'm not. I'll make 20. But you know what? I'll get up in the morning at a decent time. I'll go to work. I'll clock out. I'll come home. It's all over. No abuse, no pictures of my family, no fucking nasty rumors started, no 24-hour-a-day emails, phone calls, and texts. And that's it. I make less money, but I don't go through a fucking a single 10% of the suffering, right?
And
so that would be my choice.
All right then. And I was saying on my video the other day, he makes $8 a month, and he's fucking moaning about it. Why not go on members only? Do your own podcast, $5 a month. Do you know what I mean? No trouble. You get no trouble with that, right?
It depends. Look at Jeff Canarsie, the one you hate. You and a lot of other people antagonize this guy and abuse the shit out of him, and he's barely on YouTube. Am I right?
I don't know. I don't watch him anymore.
All right, but you used to.
I did, yeah.
All right, so there you go. So this guy's been tortured. I know that for a fact. Jeff Canarsie's been tortured. Listen, the bottom line, bro, that you're going to have to eventually face is if it wasn't, this is why you're so focused on my money. If I was on here making $500 a month like Lee Cole, you wouldn't be concerned with me.
No, now you're very condescending. No, stop talking to me like you do the rest of the people. Right. Tell me where you were 3 years ago. Just tell me where you were.
I was selling drugs. Well, a little over 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was out of rehab, clean and sober. But, a little over that, I was in a hotel. I was selling crack and cocaine, and I was getting high and drunk.
Right. And this is why I call you ungrateful. It's been a meteoric rise for you. I remember watching your first videos. You've come out within 3 years, you've gone from nothing to 8 grand a month, and you're sat there at the end of your video saying, this isn't enough. My time is worth more than 8 grand a month.
No. I've never, that's where you lie. I've never said my time is worth more than 8 grand a month. I said the last 6 months or so, I average about that much with everything, with YouTube, with Cash App, with everything. Okay. That's more than enough. But what you're not noticing is the weeks at a time where I make zero. Do you understand? I have 3 months last year where I made $1,000 a month. I'm not willing to do that again. So no, I don't need 8 grand, but I need some fucking compensation. And as for the meteoric rise thing and all that, listen, this is who I am, bro. I know you guys. Hold on, I didn't start this channel 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I was right where I am now. A year and a half ago, I was right where I am now. This channel has simply made it so I can work from home. I was not broke before I started this channel, and I won't be broke after I end it. That's not how I live. I'm a hustling motherfucker, as I'm sure you were at one time.
No, look, you've got good. Look, I admire certain things about you. You've got good points about you, just like a lot of people on here. But I think you're pulling the wool over a lot of these people's eyes. I'm not going to sit here for an hour and argue with you back and forth. I just wanted to say my thing. I only do my videos and give a bit of commentary, but I need you to know that I don't hate you. I don't hate anyone. I hate MRE, I guess, because he's a Nazi. I don't like Nazis.
Oh, you're right about that.
Yeah, so I try and just keep it straight down the middle, and I try and be fair. So I've never been out of order to you until you've been to me. Like, I'll give you an example. The other day you said to me, come on live, and you'd already blocked me. Like today, I had to check my comments were getting through before I knew, because you said, come on later at, I don't know, whatever time, 10 o'clock. You said that before, and I've tried, and I've been blocked.
No, so, you can't. Listen. Let me tell you how StreamYard works. You can be blocked in the chat. Anybody can grab the link. Anybody.
All right.
Anybody. So, but listen, that's fine. And listen, we don't have to scream at each other, but I want to get something straight because you still keep saying it. Pulling the wool over somebody's eyes in this circumstance would be like as if I'm saying to you, you guys donate and I'm going to give you a product. And then after they donate, I don't give them the product. No, nobody donates unless they want to. Nobody donate. Do you realize I have 6,000 subs and not 1% of them donate? I have a small core of good people. And when I ask people to donate, I always say, I'm not talking to the same people. I'm talking about if I got 300 people watching me live, how is it hard for 10 or 12 new people to donate? It's not. I'm not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. I'm running a business.
Look, you're a great hustler. I'm never going to take that away from you. And if you've ever heard anything I've said about you, I've always given you credit where it's due. But there's nothing you can say to me that will make me go away from this conversation thinking, yeah, he's any better or any worse, by the way, of a person. I just think you manipulate certain people, and I've noticed another thing you won't touch on.
But you can't give me an example of it. You can't give me an example.
Trump support. I don't want to name your subscribers, but I just do not want to mention them by name. But I don't know. You fleeced them like Trump supporters. That's what I
what?
Yeah, they get fleeced like Trump support. You know, Trump supporters. They're stupid people. Let's just be honest.
I don't deny. Listen, I agree 100%. But listen. If you're telling me that I fleeced them, that would mean I'm stealing from them, okay? I say donate if you can, if you're enjoying the entertainment, okay? You also used my heart thing, and I'd like to get into that, bro. I'd like to get into that. Now, you got to give me a minute for this. This is only fair. My bad.
Hello.
You made it. That was my. But you made a comment, okay? Like as if I used the terminal illness thing for donations. Now, let me explain something. I've never done that. Anytime I mention the terminal illness thing, I say it in response to something Angel said. I'm making a point that you're fucking with a man who has a terminal illness. And I only say that to prove that I don't give a fuck. I've already been diagnosed with something that's going to kill me. So I don't care what you're going to say or do, or if you're going to send me lawsuit papers. And I just want to put this up because I want to make this clear, okay? This is my diagnosis as of September 2022. Christopher Lodrago is a 43-year-old male who presents for follow-up of congestive heart failure. Past medical history includes chronic HREFF, which means heart failure reduced ejection fraction with recovered ejection fraction, dilated cardiomyopathy, PVC's status post-ablation procedure, subcutaneous AICD, which means the defibrillator under my arm, history of polysubstance abuse now recovered. The patient presents to clinic alone today. He continues to do well from a heart failure standpoint. He complains of rare symptoms, blah, blah, blah. He is doing quite well in his personal life. He was happy. He continues to abstain from drugs. Okay. Now here, let me put this up real quick. What are examples of terminal illnesses? These include cancer, cardiac disease, such as congestive heart failure. So you guys like to frame it like, oh, you made the Godfather comparison. And by the way, bro, I hate that movie. I saw each one once when I was a kid. I never watched them again. I think they're ridiculous personally. But you make it sound like if you have a terminal illness, you're going to be dead tomorrow. Bro, terminal illnesses, you could live 40 years. All it means is that you are likely to die from it at some point. It doesn't mean you're going to die tomorrow. Okay, so you laughed at this joke Marla made. He's been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years. I never even had a heart attack.
That's the thing. If I walked into a doctor's office and he said, Mark, sit down, you're terminally ill, and then followed it up with, you've got decades to live, I'd punch him for nearly giving me a heart attack with the first sentence. So I was joking.
But that's because you don't, like a lot of people, understand that a terminal illness simply means it is something you're most likely going to die from. In other words, they don't expect me to die from a whole bunch of other things. They expect me to die from my congestive heart failure because that's the most likely odds. Okay, so it doesn't mean I'm going to die. My doctor told me I could go downhill tomorrow or I could live until I'm a normal life, she said, 60, 70 years old. Okay, so I'm not lying when I say that. So when you make a joke out of it, it's a ridiculous thing, first of all, because you're making a joke out of a terminal fucking illness. It's cruel and vicious.
Meant like that, is it? I think you know how it's meant. I was joking about how you phrased it, a terminal illness. It's like if you said, look, my doctor told me I had 80 months to live, I wouldn't be mocking you about it.
But I didn't say that, bro. Did I just prove to you that I have a terminal illness?
You did. But okay. If you the word terminal, look, go to your doctor, ask anyone if they went into their doctor's surgery and their doctor sat them down and said, you're terminally ill, they'd expect to be dead within 18 months, tops. That's what a joke, mate. It was nothing like, I'm not mocking your illness or anything like that.
But it's a simple misunderstanding of language. It's like if I went into my doctor's office and he said, you have a tumor, I would fucking shit my pants. And then if he followed it up with, oh, but it's benign, I would feel all better because, I didn't understand that a tumor could be benign. Just like people don't understand that a terminal illness you could live with it for decades. You understand? So I understand what you're saying. Most people hear terminal illness and they think imminent death, but it doesn't mean that. I never mean that when I say it.
I know it was just a joke. I think you just took it wrong way. I think it was the Godfather quote and Marla. I was quoting Marla as well, so you just got offended by it. But I would never mock anyone who's terminally ill or ill in any way. I didn't mean it like that, and I never meant this conversation to come out like it has today. Like, I like you in a way. Like, I can't say that about certain people. Like, I like you and Lee equally. I don't say that about MRE and Angel. I never wanted to come on here and argue with you, but I just think I want to get back to the original point of
Go
grifting.
ahead, go ahead. And let me just say before you do that, bro, I don't think you're an all-around bad guy. That's why I didn't come on here yelling and screaming at you. I think you misunderstand things about me like a lot of people do. But if you give me a chance to explain, I don't listen. If you walk away from here still disliking me, I don't care. Nothing changes in my life. But I am going to defend myself. So whatever you want to say, go ahead. I'll give you the floor. Thank you, Paulie Walnuts, very much, bro. And thank you, Jesse Roth. Go ahead, bro.
No, do you know something? I feel bad now. And I just wanted to say, I think I've said it 5, 10 times now. You emotionally manipulate people. At the end of your videos, I've seen you do it so many times now, like I might not come back on. If you don't give it, and then all the donations come in. So that, to me, is manipulating people. You're an intelligent dude. You know exactly what I'm saying. You can articulate things a lot better than me.
Listen, you can see it that way, but it's not manipulation. Manipulation is something different. It's the same thing as if Netflix says, we're starting a new rule this month. If you're even 10 seconds late on your bill, we're taking away Netflix. It's a business, bro. I have to make, you got to understand, bro. If I don't make people, if I don't remind them, and I hate doing it because I know I sound like a fucking schnorrer, I hate it. But if you don't make people understand that I have to make a living doing this or I can't do it anymore, you won't make money. There's a saying, the squeaking wheel gets the grease. Unfortunately, if you stay silent, people won't donate. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame, but it's true. It's like a waitress telling people, listen, I know this meal was expensive, but I live off tips. And if I don't continue to get tips, I got to find a new job. That's it. It's not emotional manipulation. It's a business, bro.
Dude, you know it is. And I don't even want to argue with you because I do kind of like you. And you think I don't? I do. I like you in the same way I like Lee. But we're never going to get to the bottom of this. And it's just going to end up arguing again. I don't want to argue with you. I just want to let you know how I feel. I've said it now. And that's it. You know how I feel. I don't hate you. You need to understand that I've never said those words about you or Lee Cole. I don't like Angel. I don't like MRE. And that's it. That's all I need to say.
All right. Well, let me just say one thing before you go. This is, and I'm only saying this because you're speaking to me like a reasonable human being and you're not being a dickhead. Okay. You're going to think it's emotional manipulation. I can't change your mind. I don't care. But I want you to remember something about me when you compare me to any other fucking podcaster on here, any other podcaster. I live without a doubt the most normal family life of anyone on here. I am a guy who, when I'm not on MobTube pissing people like you off, I take care of my sick elderly mother. I am a husband to my wife and a good husband at that. At least I try to be. I am a good stepfather to my stepkids, and I am a good father to my daughter. Those are my priorities.
I've never said otherwise. Never.
All right. Well, at least you don't take that from me.
Anyway, it's been nice speaking to you. I'm just gutted it didn't go differently, but I'll see you later. Anyway, peace out.
All right. There we go, guys. Probably pointless, but it is what it is. Paulie Walnuts, thank you again, bro. It's very, very generous. Very, very generous. I hope I didn't emotionally manipulate you to get that donation. Guys, listen. To an extent, do I understand what he's saying? I guess. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse Roth. I don't think I saw that, but you mentioned my name. Why me? Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't get to that while he was on. I was trying not to look at the comments. Listen, the bottom line here is there's a bias. There's a bias towards FBS. There always was. From the minute I started becoming more successful than other people, from the minute I started making more money than other people, NB, my biggest critic, the bitch who hates me the most, who tried to ruin mine and my family's lives, said herself, she didn't have a problem with me until I was making so much money. Okay. She couldn't stand the fact that I was making the money I was on here. It pissed her off to no end. And that's everybody else's problem too. Look at anybody who debates me. Look at Lee the other night. 90% of what he talked about is my money. That's what Angel talks about. That's what MRE talks about. It bothers them. But I am not going to be. You have to understand, I spent about 8 months on here, afraid, terrified to mention donations because I knew NB would be making 50 videos about it. I'm not going to be scared anymore. Guys, I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm grateful for every fucking dollar you send. But if I'm doing 2-3 shows in a row and I don't make money, I'm sorry, but I have to remind people, hey guys, there's 330 people in here. If you're enjoying it, please donate. It's not emotional manipulation. And I'm always straight up with you guys. When I say I'm going to leave, I'm not trying to manipulate you. It's my thoughts. Just like when I tell you how I wound up in a psych ward, I don't keep things to myself very well. Okay. So if I'm thinking about leaving, I will say that to you. Okay. I will say that. It's not emotional manipulation. It's very simple. It's just like I said. Any service costs money. If you go in any other YouTube community, you won't see this shit. I watch people that have 300,000 subs, and every 5 minutes they remind people to send them cash apps. Nobody says a word. Crickets. But FBS, a lot of people don't like me because, quite frankly, and I don't care how arrogant this sounds, I've proven to be better than them at this. I'm not saying I'm a better person, but at this, I'm just better. Lee, I hate to break your heart, bro. I'm better than you at this. I always have been. When I do mob content, it's 10 times better than your mob content. When I roast people, it's 10 times better than you when you do it. When I debate people, I slaughter them. You can't win a debate. You never have. You haven't yet. The only debate I ever saw you win was, I think, against Eyelight. You're not good at this. Okay, and that pisses you off because you know you're in my fucking shadow because this whole thing, thanks to your friends, has become about FBS. It's not about Lee Cole. Lee Cole is just on the sideline. Lee doesn't even make videos anymore. He just goes on Angel's show. He very rarely makes a video. I mean, and everything these guys say is disingenuous. I have an example. In a few minutes, I'm going to upload a video to my, I'll just upload it to my channel as it's not going to be a new video. I'll put the date that it's a repost. Kane Shades, when all that stuff was going on with Lee, I think right before that, somebody, called in and I put him up on the screen. It was just a black screen and they were playing a recording. I believe it was that show. And Kane Shades was apparently on Lee's show talking about how I did a video from in front of a police station. That's what he said. He said I did a video from in front of a police station. Matter of fact, let's get this out of the way right now. Give me 1 second, guys. Videos. This is how they lie about me. They lie. Kane Shades is one of the biggest fucking liars on here. And I don't mean to get sidetracked, but this is important to show the bias and the bullshit. Kane Shades talks about me supposedly doing a video in front of a police station when I was lying and trying to make Tony think I went to the police on him. I never did a video from in front of the police station. Never. It's a complete and total lie. But because at that time, I was trying to scare the shit out of Tony Pizza, Kane Shades and a lot of other people turned it into that. It's all bullshit. It's bullshit. Now, meanwhile, Kane Shades don't say shit about Chicago Muscle running to the FBI and the cops, about Angel Gotti running to the FBI and the cops, about Josie running to the FBI and the cops, about Lee Cole numerous times calling the FBI, threatening to call the cops and calling people's POs. It's bias against FBS. It's okay for everyone else to do. It's not okay for me. Okay, I've had it with that. I've had it, but I'll continue to defend myself. I don't care. The point is, though, what Mob and Organized Crime Podcast doesn't understand is whether he realizes it or not, he's biased towards me because he calls me out for shit that literally everyone else on here does. Everyone. There are other podcasters on here, I won't say names, that get ultra mad at their audience if they're not getting donations. Okay? They do the same thing. Does he mention them? No, he mentions me. Why? Because he's got 800 and something subs, and that's what happens. Everybody, FBS, the human springboard. Let's talk about FBS. It'll get us somewhere. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick, but I gotta Actually, fuck it. I'll play the whole thing. I'm going to play the whole thing. I hope you guys bear with me. Remember, this is the video where Kane Shade said I did a video from in front of the police station. Okay, let me put this up. Hold on, let me get this here. And then we'll get back to all this shit. And it's going to be a fun show, guys. I'm nowhere near done, so bear with me, okay? But it's important you guys see this. Why isn't it playing? Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm all confused. No, okay. I feel good. And my mom is still... Let me start this from the beginning for you guys. And you could see how Kane Shades fucking lied. Not nearly a salute, Mob, too. This is the beginning of the video. Now watch. What's everybody doing today? I'll talk as we go. 334 people, by the way. Nice and sunny. I decided to come out, take a little walk, get some air. This is when I thought I might have had COVID. I was waiting to get tested. So, or get my results. I can't really go anywhere else. I wanted to update everybody, though, as much as... Now, let me explain to you. I just said I still didn't get my results. I thought I might have had COVID. My mom had it, okay? So I went to York City. I parked my car behind a sneaker villa. And anybody look it up on Google Maps, sneaker villa. Well, now it's called DTLR, Downtown Locker Room, George Street. I parked my car behind that sneaker villa, okay, rather than parking it on a meter. And I went for a walk because I might have had COVID. I couldn't fucking hang around. I couldn't go to a mall, anything like that. So I'm walking around. Watch. As I could. As soon as I get my results, I'll let everybody know. But I feel good. And my mom is still kind of in bad shape, but it's not nearly as bad as I would have expected it to be. So I was talking about my mom. Obviously, she was sick. So everybody just keep her in your prayers. I was concerned. I said prayers. Uh-oh, MRE. I'm sure everything will be fine. It's because people pray. Not like me. I said, I decided to come out for a little today. I'm not one to be stuck in the house. I can't do it. I'm playing this whole thing for a reason, guys. I gotta be out doing something. So, I do want to wish Gunsmoke a happy birthday. Yeah, talking about all kinds of shit. And I hope everybody else does too. Go over to his channel. Walking around a whole fucking neighborhood. Videos. Happy birthday. I'm hoping he's having a good day himself. I know he's at work right now. But I think he's going to get some shout outs today. Still walking. And turning a corner. I've walked several blocks now. Tonight. I don't know. Depends. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. I got an idea for a show I want to do. Just talking. I gotta do a little more research, though. Talking and walking. 337 people. Hang out, guys. This will be over in a minute. Kane Shades, you're a fucking lying fraud. There you go. I said what's up to somebody. Still walking. I'm trying to keep my distance from people just in case. But anyway, things seem to be looking up. I still got a pounding headache, but who knows? That could be because I need glasses. I'm probably due for some new just talking, just walking around talking about bullshit because I was bored as a motherfucker. I told you guys I gotta be out of the house. Not where I wanted to be. But wait, what did I just say? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Let's backtrack. There's something important here. Oh, Jesus. I said, oh, Jesus. It's not where I wanted to be. This is not where I wanted to be. But you'll see why in a second. Yeah. Yeah. because I realized I fucking walked right past the York City police station. Look, there's the York City cop car, Cane Shades. Said I did a video in front of.
But anyway, I've just been walking around for a little while, enjoying the nice day.
Still
And,
walking.
You know, I'm looking both ways, guys, because you never know. You never know who's out there.
Because Tony Pizza said he was coming to get me. He was driving around York City.
What it's like to scare an idiot into deleting his whole fucking channel.
Yeah, because after I told Tony I called the cops, he fucking deleted his channel.
It's great, guys. People underestimate my intelligence.
People underestimate my intelligence.
So,
I told you back then I didn't call the cops.
All right. I'm gonna
Still walking.
I don't want to get hit by a BMW. I'm going to be going home shortly. Just wanted to come out for some air, like I said. And maybe we'll do some stuff tonight. I don't know.
Still walking.
Gunsmoke's up for it. If not, maybe I'll do a little something by myself.
Cane Shades, you're a fat fucking idiot liar, bro.
Guys, I'll have some mob stuff for you, all right?
Still walking.
Have a good day, everybody.
Turn the corner. You see what I'm saying, guys? This is what they do. They're the manipulators. Do you understand? NB, I've shown you. I'm not going to show it again because I've shown it 400 times. I've shown you where she's photoshopped things to make it look like I said something I didn't. Okay? This example, Cane Shades, he said, I heard him. It was on that fucking debate video. I'm pretty sure with Lee. Somebody called in and played it. If it wasn't that, it was on a different show. I have it on my phone, but it was on Lee's show. It was Lee, MRE, and Cane Shades. And Cane Shades said, well, how about that time he did the video from right in front of the police station? He was standing right in front of a York City cop car. See, they'll take a little bit of something and turn it into a totally different story. The real story is I had COVID. I was living in Wrightsville. I'm a city guy. Okay, I don't want to walk around fucking Wrightsville. Okay, I don't want to look at picket fences and fucking hillbillies. Okay, so what did I do? I drove to York City to my favorite fucking sneaker store that I couldn't go in because I might have had COVID. So I parked out back. Again, look up Downtown Locker Room, George Street, York City. Okay, and you'll see the goddamn parking lot out back. It's connected to a McDonald's. Okay, so I got out. I walked up by the sneaker store, George Street, and I walked all around Princess Street and all that shit, Beaver, and I came back. Okay? And I happened to pass the York City police station. And when I did, I said, oh, Jesus, I didn't want to be here. You know, something like that. But no, they manipulate you. They tell you, oh, because the video wasn't up anymore. They don't play the video. They just say, oh, he did a video from in front of a police station. Fucking liars. Cane Shades put up a video. FBS said he never bashed or never attacked Lee Cole on an addiction and recovery show, you know, for being an opioid addict. On that Lee Cole show, I said, on that debate, whatever, I said over and over, I never attacked you on an addiction and recovery show. I never said I didn't mention your name. I'm not stupid. I said I never attacked you. Cane Shades puts up a video clip where somebody in the comments said something about Lee being an opioid addict. And I was like, yeah, he is an opioid addict without a doubt. I said something to that effect. It was no attack. It was no attack. But because they're so desperate to catch me in a lie, he titles it, did Lee Cole catch FBS in a lie? No, Cane Shades, you fat imbecile. No, you took something and tried to turn it into a lie. Show me where I attacked him on an addiction and recovery show. You guys have seen my attacks, right? That's not an attack. Lee, you're a fucking liar because I think you reposted the video. And Cane Shades, you're a liar for fucking making it. But that's what Mob and Organized Crime Podcast, he doesn't pay attention to the real manipulation, to the real scammers, the real people that are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. When NB photoshops a fucking comment to make it look like I said something I didn't. When she photoshops this shit. Sorry, I had to show it again because maybe somebody who hasn't seen it before is watching. Let me take this off for a second. Look, you're a fake. Tell everyone what state prison you were in. And it didn't even spell were right. Fucking moron. Talk about it. I said, why would I do that? I never claimed to have been in state prison. So what did the bitch do? Photoshopped that and turned it into me saying, why would I do that? I never claimed to have been in any prison. You could see it's Photoshopped. Okay? More Mob and Organized Crime podcast. Pay attention to the real manipulation that's going on. The real manipulation. Okay? When Angel Gotti and Assassino and these douchebags throw a fucking fit because me and some other guys played F, Marry, Kill on my show, but then stay perfectly silent when Josie comes on and starts talking about her titties and her pussy and her asshole. It's like, nothing perverted about that. Nothing sexual or sick about that. No, but we play F, Marry, Kill, a fucking game that's played on the radio, for Christ's sake. And we're perverts and we're sick and we're degenerates. And pay attention to the real manipulation, what's really going on. Okay? All this shit you'll see. Pick any NB video. Any NB video. Post it. Tag me in it. Say FBS, explain this away. And watch me do it. Because everything they post about me is bullshit. I said it before and I'll say it again. You never caught me in a lie. Okay? You never caught me in a fucking lie. Just because you want to make something look like a lie and you twist my words or you take shit out of context doesn't make it a lie, bro. Meanwhile, Lee Cole, who for quite a while I nicknamed Lie Cole, the fucking guy just on that debate, Mob and Organized Crime podcast, actually said he won. Everything he said on it was a lie. Everything, we could go over it. Everything he said was complete and total bullshit. He didn't tell the truth about a single fucking thing. That's why he got demolished. And why does Mob and Organized Crime podcast think he won? Because he hates me, whether he says it or not. Go to Mob and Organized Crime podcast channel. I'll get him subs. I don't care. Go look at how much shit he talks about me, how many fucking lies he puts in his shit about me, how many things he tries to call me out on. And then look at what he has to say about Lee. You're biased. Don't give me that I like you guys equal. No, you're biased. You're biased, bro. Okay, so anybody who's biased, listen, I hated Donald Trump always. So when I saw him debate anyone, the other person won. Period. Okay? That's how it works. That's how it works. If you hated Hillary Clinton and you saw her debate Trump, Trump won. Doesn't even matter if you like Trump. You just hate Hillary. You know what I mean? That's how it works. That's how life works. That's why I said, go into any of our chats on MobTube, any of them. Jimmy Calandra, SoFlo, Gunsmoke, Lefty, fucking, well, Lefty's got all kinds of scumbags in there. I ain't going to front, but any of these guys, okay? And look at their chats and see who won the debate. Then go to all the people who hate me. The comment sections he's talking about belong to people like NB, Angel Gotti, MRE. I wonder if they're going to say that I won the debate. They hate my guts. These are people that want to ruin my fucking life. There's no question. It wasn't even a debate. I smashed them. I proved everything he said to be bullshit. He had to deflect away from every question or flat out refuse to answer them. All right? That's it. There's facts. You show any unbiased, take a motherfucker who doesn't know what YouTube is and show them that debate and say who won. See what they say. Did I say YouTube? MobTube, whatever. That doesn't know what MobTube is. And say, who do you think won this debate? Lee could never stand a chance against me. And this guy today made a big mistake. He thought that he was going to come on here and somehow out-talk me or prove me wrong or, bullshit his way through it. And no, very soon into the fucking debate, very early in, he realized, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Let me be really, really nice to this guy. That's what happens always. He could say what he wants. Look at his channel. He hates my fucking guts. Okay, so, but again, look at the real manipulation that's going on this fucking thing. Okay, and you want to talk about pulling the wool over people's eyes, bro. Yeah, I know you said you hate Angel Gotti, but let's not forget, she's not even who she says she is. Okay, how about Lee Cole? Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Do you think Lee was trying to pull the wool over people's eyes by inviting a complete and total fraud to be his co-host and then co-signing him as a Columbo shooter and this and that? Is that manipulation? Is that pulling the wool over people's eyes? I think it is. I think it is. Do you think Lee being scared of what Gene Borello might say about him, so he calls Gene's PO to put a stop to it? What do you think that is? You think that's fucked up? Why don't you talk about that, bro? Why don't you talk about that? A lot of things you could talk about, but no, you're focused on me. Why? And this is why, Lee, you can never say you're beating me at anything. Because let me tell you something. Until the day they start focusing on you, you ain't beating me. Because the best guy is always going to be the focus. That's it. I didn't give myself a big ego. You guys gave me a big ego. You guys made me realize I'm way more important than I actually thought I was. So, that's it. I just proved Kane Shades to be a fucking liar once again. Let me get to some things. Gene Smith, $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, bro. Thank you to everybody donating today. I appreciate you. Kevin, $4.99. I was on the phone with you that day. You were also showing Pizza that you're not hiding because Pizza said he was coming to York. Yes. That's another reason I was walking the city, and everybody knows that. Just days before, he said the same thing, and I was driving around York City. I told you what corner I would be on. I think it was I think maybe Princess and South Queen. I forget exactly. But yeah, that's what I was out doing that day. And oops, I passed the police station. By the way, go to Google Maps, dickhead Kane Shades. I started out at Downtown Locker Room, used to be Sneaker Villa. Trace my fucking route and see why I walked past that police station. Because you got to get through that alley, walk about a block to get to the goddamn fucking parking lot where my car was. I didn't even start out there. I didn't start recording till I was on fucking George Street. So, you know, this is the bullshit they pull, especially when the video isn't up anymore. Oh, you see, did you see when FBS did a video right in front of a police station? Yeah, there was a York City police car right there, the pussy. Fucking frauds and liars. When they can't get you on something, they'll make shit up. OnlyFans, sex tapes, all this nonsense. Yeah. Why? Because I'm eating you alive one-on-one. MRE realized a long time ago, he's no match for me. So what do you got to do? Start going after my family. They all do it at some point. I believe Convict Chomo Inc. is doing it now, or at least said he was going to. I don't know. Why? Because I demolished him. I got him on the phone. I fucking humiliated him on Gunsmoke's show. I humiliated him. And he's embarrassed and he's trying to save face. So he's going to start going after my family. Okay, I'll tear Martha to fucking pieces. Whatever you want. If anybody in my family is fair game, dickhead, your whole family is fair game. It works both ways. What do I care? And that's the way I do things. But that's what people have to resort to. That's why my family is talked about the most, because what can you really say about me? Not to be a dick, but there's not a hell of a lot. I'm one of the only people on here clean and sober. I'm one of the only people on here who has a family, who's responsible for a family. Okay? I'm probably the only person, actually. I'm one of the only people on here who has a house to live in and my own car to drive and some money in my fucking pocket. You know what I'm saying? And this drives people fucking crazy. And MRE wants everybody to be like him, living in Aunt Cindy's basement. You know what I mean? That's what he wants. Angel wants everybody to be an old cat lady who has nothing better to do but fuck around on the internet. NB wants everybody to be a miserable fucking troll with no life. You know? But you see a guy like me who's out doing things and enjoying life and spending time with my family and taking care of my responsibilities, and it makes you feel like shit about yourself. Makes you feel like shit about yourself. Do you know, and this is true, Do you know that Roger Stone, when he was trying to help Trump win that campaign, he told him to dumb down his language? Now, don't get me wrong. Donald Trump is not a good speaker to begin with. He speaks on about a fourth or fifth grade level. That's a fact. But he would deliberately dumb himself down for his audience. You know why? Because those same people in that audience used to hate that Obama spoke so well. It made them feel stupid. That's true. They did polls. They felt stupid because he spoke so well and used so many big words, they didn't understand him. So Trump knew he could relate to them better if he spoke like a fucking dolt, because a lot of the people he was speaking to are, people out in the middle of fucking nowhere in trailer parks and shit. That's a fact. That's true. That's one of the tactics Trump used to win the election. Okay, so it's the same thing. If I'm battling a bunch of fucking losers and I'm a winner, they're going to fucking hate me. They're going to hate me because I'm not like them. I'm not downtrodden. Let me tell you, if I was doing this fucking show from that hotel room with a straw in my nose and a drink in my hand, they'd pay me no mind. They'd pay me no mind. But I'm not. And that bothers them. I showed you their living situations. Have you not seen? I showed you MREs. I showed you NBs. We all know about Lees. You understand now? OC 999 still walking. Yeah, thank you, OC. Thank you very much. Sherry Ann 999 super sticker. Thank you. And thank you to the new people donating. I appreciate that so much. It's good to get new people. Thank you. Thank you. Mikhail 1 €5. Right? I hope. Miss Can't Be Wrong, stop manipulating me, please. Shout out to Jimmy Calandra at Bath Avenue Story. Hell yeah. Is he here? No, that's another good example. Jimmy. The only person abused nearly as much as me on this whole mob tube is who? Jimmy Calandra. And why? Why do you think that is? I can already tell you. Jimmy's living a good life. You see Jimmy on his social media. He's out. He's doing things. He's with his kids. They're at amusement parks, water parks. They're having fun. They're going out to eat all the time. Jimmy's got some money in his fucking pocket. He lives in a beautiful home. You know what I mean? He's got it going on. They don't want that because they don't like Jimmy. They want to see Jimmy in a fucking alley curled up somewhere with a crack pipe in his mouth or some shit. That's what they want. They want to see him miserable and alone because he cooperated 20 fucking years ago. And the fact that he's not, he's got a beautiful girlfriend, beautiful kids. Oh, it eats them alive, especially if you're someone like MRE. I mean, if you're MRE and you hate Jimmy Calandra, let me tell you, you hate him for a whole bunch of reasons, but it isn't anything he did. You hate him because you wish you were him. Period. They do the same thing with SoFlo. You know what I mean? All right, let me get down here. Ritzy Painting, my man. Canadian $100. Thank you so much, Ritzy. I appreciate you. That's fucking awesome. You guys hooked me up today. Thank you. Remember, I'm forever grateful, no matter what anybody else thinks. FBS, who dresses that Nazi MRE? Oh, my God. Yeah, not his gay cousin, Nick, the bear. He can't be. Well, then again, I've seen how he dresses. Maybe Aunt Cindy. I don't know. But holy Christ almighty, the shoes and shit on this guy, the big, giant, oversized sweats and that suit. I mean, that fucking suit, you know what that had to have been? There was a funeral or whatever. And probably one of MRE's friends OD'd because him and all his friends were heroin addicts. Oh, by the way, guys, Lee, next time you talk about smoking, killing somebody, especially if they have a heart condition, might I remind you that MRE, his case had to be put on hold in 2016 because he had emergency open heart surgery. Okay. That means his heart is in way worse shape than mine. And guess what, Lee? He smokes weed and cigarettes. So I'm sure, Lee, you'll be calling him out, right? Oh my God, MRE's going to die. He smokes cigarettes. Douchebag. So anyway, what happened that day, I guarantee it, they had to go to a funeral. They went to the funeral, but MRE didn't have anything to wear because would he ever have a suit? Of course not. He probably had to borrow one of Damien Argenti's, and Damien Argenti is a fucking behemoth monster. He's got to be fatter than Lee Cole. He's disgusting. Okay, so he probably loaned MRE one of his giant suits, and even though MRE is enormous too, it was just too big for him, you know? Let me see. Oh, okay. Somebody sent me, Handsome Jack actually said, you got to pay taxes. You get 25 out of that 40. Not even that. That's another thing Mob and Organized Crime Podcast doesn't get. Like, for instance, this Ritzy donation, $100. Okay. Now you got to figure the exchange rate. Okay. Because I know people are like, he just made $100. No, I didn't. It's Canadian currency. So what's the exchange rate? Yeah, I'm not knocking. Trust me, Ritzy, I appreciate it. I'm trying to make a point about the people who they see me make $40 and they think I get $40. The stupid asses. Okay. Let's see. 73.57. Okay, so it comes down to 73.57, but YouTube takes 30%. YouTube takes 30%. So what am I getting then? Okay, and then I got to pay taxes. I put money aside in an account every fucking week to go towards my tax bill when it comes. Okay, so all these people that think I get every dime I make, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't. In Cash Apps and shit, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But you guys see me get $40 in Super Chats and you think I made $40. No, I made about 20. Okay, so that's another thing these people don't think about. Let me see what else we got. I don't want to ignore anybody's donations. Hell no. Nah. Stephen Cordell, $10 for Keep At It. Thank you very much, Steve. This guy is the man, bro. He donates constantly. Anthony, I won't say your last name, $1.50, but he was a Columbo shooter with laughing emojis. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you, Anthony. Chris Capello, $25 for Tell It Like It Is. Thank you, Chris Capello. Thank you so much, bro. And I think that's it. That's great. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you. Let me see something. Just listening from the beginning, but that British dude is a tard as well, or what? Listen, I don't know. Listen, like I said, I don't think the guy is an all-around bad guy. Like, I don't think he's fucking evil. You know what I mean? But you're not going to fucking bash me and bash me and bash me and not give me a chance to defend my fucking self. I can't stand that. I'll give him this, though. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. I give you all the credit in the world for coming on here, bro. I give you props because everybody else is scared to. Okay? I give you credit for that. But that's the thing, bro. You can't, like, anything he threw at me. Why don't I like, this is the dumbest question. You like John Gotti for 40 years and now you don't like him no more. No, I don't. I don't. Guess what? That happens a lot. That happens a lot. You know what I mean? There's movies back in the day I thought were the shit and now I think they're trash. You know? You could fucking have a wife that you were married to for 40 years, and then in the flip of a coin, you hate her fucking guts. So you're asking me, think about how stupid this question is. How did I have this picture up for all that time and have a good opinion of, and in a way admire John Gotti for all my life, and then now I don't? I could give you answers for an hour. Let's start with this. I've said plenty of times, and I mean this. My thoughts on crime and criminals are completely different now. You know why? because I appreciate the life I have so much now. And I have that life because I'm not that guy anymore. I don't commit crime. I don't do anything. Another reason is, whether you believe this or not, I'm a little over 41 months clean and sober. Okay, your brain heals over time. You know, you start to think differently. Your drug addicted brain starts to get back to normal. Okay, you start to think a little more clearly. And yeah, all those years, bro, aside from when I was a little kid and I just didn't know better, but all those years I looked up to that dude and I thought he was someone to be revered and admired. My brain was polluted, bro. Even if I had a year sober, it's just a year. I was probably using for 5 years before that. You understand? This is the longest sober time I've ever had, the longest clean time. Things change. It's a fact. Look it up. I think differently about a lot of shit now. I think differently about relationships. Let me tell you something else. For 39, 40 years of my life, I said, I'll never get married. Never. Not even my daughter's mom. And I had a kid with her. Never. I got clean and sober. I met Shan. I changed my mind. Got married. Sometimes you change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over some more things with John Gotti. When you're looking at him as this supreme gangster, this fucking media personality, and this cool motherfucker who's always got the nice Brioni suits and the money, and he gets driven around in a Benz, and, you know, the whole fucking city is just waiting to get a look at him, stuff like that. You don't really take time to think about things he's done. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid and I first found out about the John Favara thing, I was around a lot of people that looked up to John Gotti. So people almost made him seem like a hero because he did that. Wow. Somebody killed his kid in an accident and he fucking killed the guy. He made the guy disappear. Like, wow, what a fucking guy. You know? But then as I get older and I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Looking at him from a more critical point of view, hold on. If I'm going to be honest about gangsters, especially that old myth that the Mafia, they only kill each other, yeah, okay. If I'm to look at it from that point of view, hold on. So wait a minute, a guy who was perfectly clean and sober, that is a fact, hit a kid who was darting around the street on a mini bike by accident, and the kid passed away. The guy tried to apologize. He didn't get rid of the car, certain shit I would have done, whatever. He was trying to move. He knew he was in trouble. And they tortured him and killed him for an accident. When you start to realize that many of us have, like many of us have now, that the Mafia is basically dead and gone, that this whole thing was ridiculous to begin with, and you're throwing your life away from the minute you make that choice, especially once you take the oath. You start to look at certain things that went on. You start to say, wow, it really is true. Your best friend is going to kill you, or you might kill your best friend because they told you to and gave you no choice. Wow, you're going to go to prison and your family isn't even going to take care of your family at home. They aren't even going to send any money. They're not going to take care of you while you're in jail. What a life. You start to realize these guys are knuckleheads and always were. You start to realize that guys like John Gotti tortured his family. See, I'm a guy who wants to take care of my family. John Gotti tortured his family. There wasn't a fucking night since they were little kids that they didn't go to sleep wondering if daddy's coming home at night. I don't care what Angel says. That's not good to do to your kids. He took an oath. Think about this. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Think about it. Maybe it just took until now for me to look and say, wait a minute. So when a guy takes that oath, he's literally saying, if my firstborn son or whoever, my child, is in the hospital dying in bed, and my boss calls me, I'm taking an oath. I'm promising that I will leave my child's side and go to my boss on the street. That's not a good father. You're taking your mafia family over your own family. That's part of the oath you take. That's not good. Being arrested on TV for the whole world to see. That's not good for your family. Making your last name so fucking infamous that your family will forever be stigma. They'll forever have a stigma, around who they are, their whole identity. There's going to be people are going to say, "Wait a minute, Gotti." Oh, they're either going to be scared shitless or they're going to think you're a fucking low-life scumbag. I mean, these are not good things to do to your family. John Gotti went to prison and his wife had to go on welfare because he couldn't provide for them while he was in prison. This is a fact. And then his wife was so goddamn desperate for a place to live, her fucking parents had to buy her a house in Howard Beach that he didn't even know about till he got home. He didn't even know where the fuck it was. John Gotti Jr. had to tell him how to find the house. That's what a father John Gotti was. I look down on bad fathers. It just took me a long time. And listen, not only that, but let me tell you, I've met people like Bill Catolo, whose father was a mob boss. Bill Catolo is a gentleman, great fucking guy, great friend, one of the best people I ever met. Absolute sweetheart of a guy. I've met a couple of others, okay? But I've also gotten to speak to and learn about Dominic Crea and Angel Gotti. And when you start to see what low-life, degenerate scumbags these people are, and you start to think about who it is that raised them, well, he had to be a low-life, degenerate scumbag too. Okay? Not only that, Mob and Organized Crime podcast, but I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with myself. You know why I went to jail each time a rat set me up? Because I was breaking the fucking law. I was committing a crime. Okay? I didn't go to jail because a rat set me up while I was just having a conversation with him doing nothing wrong. No, a rat set me up because I was selling fucking cocaine or weed or whatever. If I wasn't breaking the law, the rat couldn't set me up. I wouldn't have went to jail. I take responsibility. Okay? Just like Dominic should put the responsibility for his father's incarceration on his father. And Angel should put the responsibility for her father's incarceration and death on her father. On her father. That's where the responsibility goes. My father. That's where it should go. Not on Sammy the Bull. John Gotti Jr. went through 4 trials. He became a made man in the Gambino family. Acting boss at one point. A captain before that. Poor John Jr. He had to go through 4 trials. Well, guess what? Don't join the fucking mafia. And you'll get no trials. See, I'm honest with myself. And I'm honest about other people. It's as simple as that. And I know what you guys are going to try to say, what Lee said the other night too. Oh, you just hate John Gotti because you don't like Angel anymore. Well, guess what? FBS always has receipts. Later today, I'm going to post text messages from Angel Gotti yelling at me while we were friends for talking bad about gangsters. I swear to you, I will fucking... Hold on. Baby, remind me to post on my community tab Angel Gotti's text messages about me talking shit about the mob. Thank you. There you go. I don't have a good memory, but she does. Okay? And it will prove that during our friendship that lasted roughly a year, every time I would come on here and be honest about the mafia, while I was still currently friends with Angel Gotti, I would come on here and say, gangsters are bad guys. That I always knew. Okay? Even when I was a kid, I knew better. I knew they might be our good guys, as they say, but in general, they were bad guys. They take advantage of other Italian people. They're a detriment to their own fucking community. Jesus Christ. But when I would say that on the show, I would get these scathing messages from Angel Gotti, and I will post them later. I promise you. Okay? So No, I didn't stop liking John Gotti when me and Angel stopped being friends. I'm growing up, guys. You got to understand. I'm growing the fuck up. Unfortunately, it's coming late. But when you are an addict for most of your life between the ages of, 16 and 39, sometimes you're a little developmentally stunted, you know? And when you're a criminal in the street, you look up to people like John Gotti. I look up to Muhammad Ali way more than I ever looked up to any fucking gangster. I'll tell you that shit. Okay, so that's that. That's your answer. I know you guys want to turn it into an Angel can't stand that I don't like her father anymore. No, it's only because he don't like me. No, I don't think highly of gangsters anymore. I don't take interest in this shit the way I used to. Is it cool to hear some mob stories? Sure, because you're hearing about different rackets, different things they got involved in. You know, some of their the schemes they came up with and shit are nothing short of ingenious. But I don't look up to them. I don't think anything of them. I think, oh, what was his outcome? Died in prison. Oh, dead in the street. Oh, wow, what a glamorous fucking life. So that's just me, bro. It's as simple as that. If you guys want to turn it into something else, do what you want. But the way I am, if I hated him because I hate his daughter, I would just fucking tell you that. It's not a big deal. I would say I'm taking this picture down just to disrespect the memory of this bitch's father. So what? What would that matter? Ooh, you got me. On what? It'd be nothing. So, Ritzy, my man, holy shit. Canadian $100 again. Great show earlier, bro. Everyone needs it sometimes. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. And listen, I'm going to, like I said, I'll do another one Thursday. I'm going to do 2 to 3 a week because why not? Those shows are the most important thing happening on either side. They're the only thing that helps people. That's another thing I should have asked Lee the other night. Lee, what have you ever done to help anyone on here? What have you ever done to help anyone but yourself? What could he say? You know what I mean? I never looked up to gangsters. Do find their life fascinating and will always respect Gotti for not ratting as the rules of his life are, but he's still a murderer and a criminal. Yep. Absolutely. This is not a guy who you could look up to and say, wow, man. Like as a father, like this is my thing. Believe it or not. I made mistakes with my daughter, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I was part of the time in a bad state of mind. And there's certain things I wish I could do different, just like any parent. But now I have a 10-year-old stepson, you know, and I have another stepson who's going to be 20, but went pretty much his entire life without a father because his father did 16 years in prison. 15 years. My stepson didn't meet him until he was 16. Okay. That kid needs some guidance too. And let me tell you, I am trying to right my wrongs through my 2 stepkids. I'm trying to at least do better. You know what I mean? And if I had another kid of my own tomorrow, I would learn from the past and try to, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what I look up to. I look up to good fathers, good family men, people that take care of their elderly parents and relatives, shit like that. You know what I mean? John Gotti can't be called a good father in any universe. Okay, he can't. You're spending every single day of your life taking life and death chances, penitentiary chances. And you know every single day you could be locked up forever or killed. Now, how much can you care about your family if everything you do in life, you do willingly knowing that it could take you from your family forever? What is there? You know what I mean? What is there to look up to in somebody like that? How does that make someone a good father? That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You like I said, you took your last name, Gotti. I mean, and now these fucking Stu Nods, they keep naming their kids, giving them the Gotti name. It's the most synonymous. It's synonymous with murder and mayhem and chaos and destruction. You know what I mean? It's fucking like, and they know that. This Stu Nod Victoria and this other fucking idiot Frankie, they want to be called Gotti. Why? Why would you want to do that? I'll tell you why. Because you want to be a tough guy. You want to you want to be feared. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he said it himself to those fucking to Victoria. Why don't they use the name Agnello talking about her kids? No, you want to be called Gotti. And now for the rest of your life, when a stranger meets you, they're gonna say, "Oh shit, this guy." Yeah, I mean, I've heard of his father or his uncle or whatever. You know what I mean? John Gotti. It's like I said, it's no different than Charles Manson's great grandkids taking the last name Manson. Like, what the fuck? Why? You don't want your last name to be Manson. You don't want it to be Dahmer. You don't want it to be Bundy. And you don't want it to be Gotti, okay? Unless you're a fucking moron who's so brainwashed that you think that that last name represents greatness when it actually represents death and destruction. But John Gotti did this, you know what I mean? Along with his actions, he made sure, because you got to think, wait a minute, holy shit, everything I do now is going to come down on the people with my last name. I mean, they're going to have to live with it forever. But he did it anyway. It's just one other great father thing he did. You know what I mean? If I was John Gotti, I would have told my kids, you change your fucking last name. You live a normal life. Matt B, 199, another win for FBS. Great job, brother. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Listen, this is the only thing. I've said it before. This is why I smashed Lee the other night. Crushed Lee. Whoa. If you are lying and I am telling the truth, I win. I win, period. And Lee is a liar. Everything he said was a lie. Everything I said was the truth. I win. This guy today, his opinion is his alone. You know, it's the people who don't like me. I'm emotionally manipulating you. Guys, you mind sending some donations? That's emotional manipulation. Even if I say, guys, listen, I'm not making money anymore. For 3 weeks, I haven't made shit. I'm going to have to quit. That's emotional manipulation? No, that's me being honest with you. If I'm in any business and the business fails, I have to move on. I have a family to support. See, Tony Pizza, let me tell you something. Tony Pizza's on the street. He's homeless. If his donations end tomorrow, he's still on the street. He's still homeless. I am not like Lee Cole or MRE or even Angel. I have a whole family to support. A house to pay the mortgage on, car payments, utilities, cell phone bills, everything. And I like to give the people around me a good life. When my donations stop, it changes things for a lot of people. Okay, so, you know, you call it what you will, bro. Call it what you will. But the day I allow a business to fail just because I'm too afraid to ask people to donate, nah, bro. That's like saying, you know, I got this pizza joint. I'm just not getting any business later. I could do like a twofer, you know, like buy one slice, get one free, or buy a slice, get a Coke and fries with it or something. But I don't want to seem, you know, like I'm desperate for business. You know, I could pass out flyers saying, hey, please come and eat at so-and-so's pizzeria. But that would sound like I'm begging for money. You know, think about it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't want to, you know, you ever walk through Little Italy or even Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, places in Miami, Ocean Boulevard, all the restaurants, the people, they always have a hot chick outside handing out flyers. Come eat here, come eat here, come eat here. In their opinion, Mob and Organized Crime Podcast and those other people, that's begging. Oh, they're asking people to come to their restaurant. Losers. Stupid motherfuckers. That's like you go to eat at a restaurant and then they give you the check. Whoa. Hold on. What's this about? I thought the food was free. No, you got to pay for it. Fucking beggars. Why couldn't you give it to me for free? That's the same as me giving you a show and then saying, oh, and hey, guys, if you can, please donate. You know, same thing. Thank you, Iceman's Poison Cheeseburger. I love your name. That's all Angel has is the Gotti last name, of course. And that's probably all any of them are going to have. You know what I mean? Get out of my mind, FPS. Thank you yesterday for the donation, by the way. Hey, now. Darren Ryan, sometimes circumstances dictate what life will turn out, and you can't do jack about the income. Oh, you're talking about, but yeah, listen, you think I don't know there's going to be tough times, bro? Of course. Of course, but you got to look at it from my point of view. You know what I mean? Even I sit back later, you know, this happens all the time. I'll sit back later and I'll be like, well, listen, I didn't make much money this week, but the week before I killed it. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I'm not a perfect person. I make fucking mistakes. You know what I mean? And when you're on here and you're raving and ranting about people who are trying to get your wife fired and fake sex tapes about her and fucking put your kids' pictures up and threatening people's lives and your family, you might be a little heated when you ask for donations. If you're not getting any, you might get a little aggravated and say, Jesus, fuck, what am I going through all this for? You know? I make mistakes, bro. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. FBS, because of that life and drugs, I want there like I should have for my kids and wife. It cost me my wife. Thank God I have my kids in my life due to sobriety. Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, man. It's that's what my life is about now. You know what I mean? That's what my life is about. And you know, it's this YouTube thing is a job and a business to me. You know, and the day that I'm not making enough to provide for them, it's not that I'm being greedy or trying to take my ball and go home. I'm saying, okay, this is how I provide for my family, and there's no more income. So as a man, I can't keep doing it and spending my time. I would have to get up and go do something else. That's just me. But to him, it's emotional manipulation. Okay, whatever. Whatever you say. No matter what I do, guys, as long as I'm getting donations, it's wrong. It's wrong. Let me tell you something. If I did a show tomorrow and I just came on here and I just talked and did my thing, and at the end, you know, I got a bunch of donations and then I left, never mentioned donations, they would say some shit like, oh, you see that? He was deliberately trying to look sad. He wanted the crowd to feel bad for him. Sure, he didn't say anything, but you see that puss on his face? He looked so upset. He did that on purpose. He was sad fishing. No matter what I do, if I'm making money, they will find something wrong with it. They will. And that's when I started asking for donations, because after 8 or 9 months, I realized, wait a minute, I don't even ask for donations. They're still calling me a beggar. So I might as well start asking. Fuck it. Joe Gambino, new member. Awesome, bro. Glad to have you as a member. That's great, bro. My fucking head hurts, bro. My head's killing me. Tony Soflo's here, my man. Keep asking. I've never said anything about donating. Just can't afford. Real talk. No, it's all good, bro. I know that. I know most people can't. Irish Coffee. Angel, your father died a miserable death all alone in Change. I wasn't expecting that. Holy shit. Whew. Wow, Irish Coffee, you caught me by surprise. Jesus fuck. You called her the T word. That's a step up from the C word. Anonymous Legion, $50. Holy shit. Thank you, bro. Bro. He said, Lee Cole, want to compare passports? This may confuse you. A passport allows international travel. Why? What? You saying that because he probably don't have one, or did he make a comment? Yeah, the other day he talks about, I've been everywhere. Look at my record. Your record shows me you got locked up in Colorado, bro. That's it. So you've been to Texas, New York, Colorado, and Wisconsin. Oh, my God, he's a fucking world traveler. In that case, okay, I've been to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Look at me. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You're talking about a few places in the United States you've been. Fucking guy's a maniac, bro. He's too stupid for his own good. Jane Creek, I was one of NB's first 30 or so subscribers. It didn't matter what. Sorry about that, guys. It didn't matter what FBS did. He was always wrong. Even claimed once that he was doxing Tommy Agro. Yeah, I mean, you see, thank you, Jane Creek, for pointing that out. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do. It's going to be wrong. There's going to be somebody has a fucking issue with it. You know what I mean? There honestly is. So I'm just used to it at this point. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. But you know, it's my job. It's like anything else. It's like if you go to work tomorrow and your boss treats you like shit, but you have a fucking family to feed and you live paycheck to paycheck, what are you gonna say? Oh, I don't like what's going on. I quit. You can't. That's all. Tony Soflo, $10. I'm going to start begging too. Baby, party. You should, Tony Soflo. Get mad at people. Be like, yo, what the fuck, man? I've been on here 3 fucking hours. I made $11. How dare you, sons of bitches? That's what you should say. Thank you, Tony Soflo. Oh, shit. He's a regular globetrotter. Yeah, I know. Fucking Lee. I want to see tough guy Lee, the chicken hawk, engaged in a firefight. I bet he can piss his pants and waddle at the same time. Oh, shit. You know, I should try to look something up real quick because there was some dickhead in my comments the other day. Some dickhead talking about that Lee was right about the fucking chicken hawk definition. And I'm like, bro, you're out of your fucking mind. Let me see if I can put this up. Look, these people are so fucking stupid. It shocks me sometimes how dumb people are. Lee thought that a fucking chicken hawk was a pedo. Fucking chomo. Nah, bro. Nah. Let me show you. Hold on. Share screen. Uh-oh. Where'd I go? Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. I lost FBS. Holy shit, guys. Oh. Oh, damn it. Can't you see it? Motherfucker. Let me get the comment off the screen. Oh, thank you, Jason Mikesell. I appreciate that. Why won't it show the whole fucking thing? How do I change that? You son of a bitch. Anyway, I'll just read it to you. Google chicken hawk definition. And there's 2 things. A hawk of a type that is reputed to prey on domestic fowl. Okay. And then the next one is a person who speaks out in support of war, yet has avoided active military service. Duh. That's a chicken hawk. In other words, in Lee's case, he never served a day. It wasn't for him. But then he tells all his kids, you better go in the military. It's a chicken hawk. That's literally the fucking definition. Okay? What? Let me see. Hold on. I don't even put my fucking ringer on anymore. It's getting ridiculous. Oh, shit. Oh, wait a minute. There's a bunch of stuff. Hold on, guys. Big Vic 1965, $5. Thanks for brainwashing me. No problem. Anytime, Big Vic. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, guys. They're fucking awesome. What else do I have over here? Just give me 1 second. Still got 279 people. PayPal doesn't make it easy to get in, I'll tell you what. $20 from Jason Mike Sell, he said, Lee Cole is a white trash hillbilly from bumfuck Texas. Him talking about the mob is just a huge joke. I'd much rather digest my mob content from someone like you, an Italian American from NYC. Keep slaying this fuzzy. Love you, man. No homo. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much for the $20. And the next one, you know what? I want to talk about something in there too. Somebody in Mob and Organized Crimes podcast said he has no interviews, he has no content. Again, I put a lot on private, but I have about 700 videos at this point. Okay. I'd say a good 150 of them are straight mob content. Okay. I've done addiction and recovery. I've told my own personal stories, and I do this shit talking better than anyone else. But interviews, bro, I've interviewed Jimmy Calandra, Lilo Brancato, Louis Venaria, Joseph D'Onofrio, Patrick Borriello, Bobby Borriello, Robert Eiler, AJ from The Sopranos, Vincent Piazza, Lucky Luciano from Boardwalk. Okay, Robert Funaro, Eugene Pontecorvo from The Sopranos, Ori Spotto, Anthony Aralata. And that's just the big ones. That's just the big ones. Okay? You want to say that again? Because let me tell you, there's nobody on MobTube who's done more different types of content. And especially when it comes to interviews. Not only have I done the most, I've done the best, the biggest ones, the ones that really count. If somebody timed out Anonymous Legion, I'm coming for your head. Oh yeah, I watched Tulsa King, all 3 episodes last night. It's all right. I'm gonna email Vincent and congratulate him on it. Bro, can somebody unhide? What the fuck? Can somebody unhide Anonymous Legion? I will fucking go ape shit. If I have a Rogue Wrench, this dude just donated $50. He's a good dude. And somebody timed him out. Hold on. Who timed him out? Oh, it was an accident. But is he back? Okay, Ukraine. All right. But is your other channel back, bro? All right, let me see something. Tony, no BS. Thanks for help setting up my Blink cameras. Oh, you talking about SoFlo? Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Can I mention something about Gotti Favara without getting blocked? I've got a good point. Of course. Yeah, hold on one sec. Let me this old bathhouse. I feel bad for the paramedics that are going to have to take Lee's fat ass out of that apartment when all that fast food finally catches up to him. Me too, bro. Sham Sicilian buffoonery with Magelio Montenegro. FBS, I had a cousin who was gay in the 1980s. He told me the word chicken hawk applied to older gays who like young guys. The other meaning of chicken hawk, dick chain, equally valid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like I never knew that about the kids thing, and I don't understand why any straight man would. Like even you said you found out from your gay cousin, but Lee somehow knew this. He didn't know though. The actual definition of it, the actual definition of chicken hawk, the way it's used. Look at American History X. Remember when Ed Norton calls the dude a chicken hawk? Because what he means is that dude would recruit young people to go to war for him while he just sat back in his office. That's a chicken hawk. That's a chicken hawk. And Lee is too stupid to know that. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast, will you be willing to apologize to that? Oh, hell no, he won't. Best interviews, who the hell has Lee had on? Yeah, I know. Thank you, by the way. I know. Nobody. You got to watch every day FBS people jumping on your memes. People jumping on your memes. What does that mean, bro? It seems I've been canceled. No, you're right here, bro. But I hope your other account is unblocked. I seen Vincent Piazza on Tulsa. It's pretty good. Yeah. He's got his jaw broken. Well, I won't get into it. Spoilers. FBS, it was an accident. A troll was bad mouthing me and he got zapped by mistake. Oh, all right, cool. Mikkel one, it was all right. Just explaining. This old bathhouse. Don't give me that question mark bullshit. I guess you're talking to Mob and Organized Crime. Bro, you got to shorten your name, Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Holy fuck, bro. I'm just going to call you Mob Podcast. Fuck it. Alex Trejo. Okay, yeah. Just ask your question or make a point. How the fuck would that dirty motherfucker know any criminal terminology? Good point. He wouldn't. Oh, you going at it, this whole bathhouse with Mob and Organized Crime? Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah, I think I saw that, bro. Yeah, he's got a lot of shit to talk, bro. It's crazy. He's very focused on me. What's the difference between John Gotti and John Favara and Jimmy Calandra and Judith Shemtov? Gotti did it for a very good reason. Jimmy did it for dollars. Well, first of all, no, Jimmy did not kill anybody. Jimmy did not kill anybody. That was an accident. Tommy Reynolds pulled the trigger. Jimmy went on a fucking home invasion, not a murder. Do you understand? There's a huge difference, but it's a horrible tragedy. What do you mean? Jimmy Calandra will tell you. The fucking guy, listen, the guy was tortured by it. I'm sure he still is. He used to wake up in fucking panic attacks, read about him. Sweating, crying after that fucking murder of that woman. You think that doesn't weigh on fucking Jimmy Calandra till this day? But here's a difference. John Gotti continued killing people. Okay. Jimmy Calandra flipped, which some people might not like. And Jimmy Calandra helped solve the murder of Judith Shemtov. Whether you like it or not, that's what Jimmy did. Okay? So, but if you want to compare, if you want to talk about people in or associated with the mafia killing innocent people, it happened a lot. Happened a lot. But I don't know that Gotti did it for a very good reason, bro. A very good reason would be John Favara was driving drunk. Frankie Boy was doing nothing but standing in the middle of the street for whatever reason, and John hit him. That's not what happened. Frankie, you even heard John Gotti Jr. describe it when he said it. Frankie darted out into the street on a mini bike. John Favara was clean. He wasn't drunk, nothing. He was sober. It was an accident. So if you call John Gotti cutting him in half with a chainsaw and dissolving his body in a vat of acid, if you say he had a good reason to do that, I don't know, bro. I think you got some growing to do too, my man. Listen, don't get me wrong. If God forbid that happened to one of my kids, would I kill the guy? I don't know. I don't know. But would I be wrong for killing the guy? Yes. Yes. As long as it was an accident, and it was. Show me proof that John Favara was doing anything wrong that day. Speeding, driving recklessly, driving drunk, driving under the influence of a controlled substance. Show me something like that. Gotti's reason, you got to remember, Mob and Organized Crime Podcast, John Gotti did not want to kill him. His wife wanted John Gotti to kill him, and she nagged the fuck out of him until he said, okay. He even told Sammy, don't kill him. It was an accident. But his wife insisted that he kill him. Okay? And he did. Simple as that. That was the reasoning behind it. So, but I mean, listen, you're not going to get me to say what Jimmy Calandra and those guys did wasn't a horrible thing. Jimmy will tell you that himself. That woman dying was a horrible tragedy. But don't forget, Jimmy Calandra didn't pull that trigger. Tommy Reynolds did. Listen, I told you guys about a home invasion I did. when I was young. I was about 18 or so. Okay. I was with a dude who was a fucking lunatic. He was a fucking madman, a Puerto Rican guy I was friends with. Okay. That's who I did it with. And this guy had a gun as well. Okay. If he would have pulled, now he started pistol whipping this kid, pistol whipping the shit out of him to so the kid would tell him where the money is. If he would have pulled the trigger by accident and killed that kid, I would have been guilty of felony murder. And so he would have too. Okay. Does that mean I went there to kill somebody? No, I went there to steal some money. It's in the eyes of the law. It means, that you're a murderer. But in reality, nah. Hang on, guys. So that's that. And don't ever think that Jimmy isn't. Look at my interview with him. You know what I mean? He's damn near in tears. Tommy Dades will tell you that Jimmy suffered from that for fucking forever. And I'm sure he always will. So I'm not justifying one and saying the other is wrong. I'm just saying that I don't believe John Gotti killed John Favara for a good reason. I don't believe it was the right thing to do. That's all. Why? Because his wife made him do it. Exactly. He didn't want to kill that dude. He didn't want to kill that guy. But she insisted. FBS, do you think to find the piano case big enough to bury? What? I don't know, bro. It would take something big. Let me go through here because I'm way behind. Jimmy didn't kill her and had no intention to do so. He reported for it, or he repented for it. I'm sorry. Yes, he did. Has to live with it each day and did his time. Yeah. That's the difference. You know what I mean? I don't think John Gotti was waking up in cold sweats and having panic attacks and having to be calmed down by his mother and stuff after he killed John Favara. But Jimmy went through that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you could make the comparison, to be honest. And Jimmy didn't make a conscious choice for a woman to die. John Gotti made a conscious choice. You know what I mean? And that's not the only one. Gotti killed other people that had nothing to do with the mafia. Greg Scarpa, the Grim Reaper, he killed a woman. It had nothing to do with the mafia. Tommy Karate killed a woman. It had nothing to do with the mafia. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. I was going to get into one specifically, but I know there's a member of his family on here. It bothers him when I do that. But there's guys that have killed cops. Everything else for nothing. Mafia guys. So that old myth that, we only kill each other. Fuck out of here. No, you mostly only kill each other, but you don't only kill each other. You made your point. I guess. You seem to think whatever you say is a point made. Neither did John Gotti, bro. Wait a minute. Neither did John Gotti what? I'm behind in the chat. Jimmy didn't kill Tommy for accidentally killing a woman, but John Gotti killed a man who accidentally hit his kid. You retarded mongoloid. What the fuck? You're the real helmet. Wait, FBS. Jimmy Calandra killed my friend Jack Sharon. No. Jimmy Calandra was in prison when Jack Sharon was killed. Joey Calco killed Jack Sharon. Horrible, horrible fucking tragedy. 19-year-old kid did nothing wrong. And that lunatic Joey Calco. And Tommy Reynolds and Fabrizio were in the car when it happened. They took off on Joey after Joey shot the kid. So they got charged with that murder too. But Jimmy was in prison at the time, bro. I didn't know that was your friend, by the way, William. Sorry to hear that, bro. Bad example, mob dude. Yeah, Francesco Fiordolino, very bad. Your arguments are weak. Go to bed, genius. Gotti did it for a good reason. Get the fuck out of here. It was a fucking accident. Nobody deserves to die for that. Yeah, no. Someone killed his son, bro, by accident. By accident. You ever ask yourself, why wasn't John Gotti or Victoria out there watching Frankie? Why not? You know what I mean? You ever think of maybe putting some of the blame on him? Where do you think John Gotti was when Frankie Boy got killed? The Bergen, probably. I almost guarantee it. You know what I mean? Wasn't at home, though. Frankie was riding a mini bike he wasn't supposed to be riding. Even Angel said it. Okay, now it's not Frankie Boy's own fault. I don't blame his death on him. I'm not Lee Cole. But the point is, because he wasn't supposed to be doing that, John Favara was just driving his car home from work where he sold couches or whatever the fuck he did. Okay, it could happen to any of us. You've never had a kid dart out in front of you in the fucking street. It's terrifying. It could happen to any one of us. Do we deserve to die for it? If I'm driving down my street, God forbid, the speed limit later, and a kid darts out in the street and I hit them, I deserve to be killed by that kid's father? That's what you're saying, bro. This is how I know, bro. You're not to be a dick, but you're not a smart guy. It was a fucking accident. It was an accident. Yeah, it was Steve Blair. It was totally a bad fucking analogy. Yeah, killed his son in a tragic accident. Yeah. Yeah, it was an accident. He was a civilian, you moron. Jesus Christ, this is insane. I'm a parent. Come tell me my child has been killed in the streets and see what happens to that person. Well, guess what? You're wrong. You're wrong. Listen, if somebody hurt one of my kids deliberately, they're dead. Period. I will fucking kill them. Period. I don't care. And I'll go to the fucking police station and tell them I did it. I don't give a fuck. But you're talking about an accident, bro. This is why I know, bro, you're not a logical person. I'm so glad you did this because I just won the debate over again. You're not a logical person. He didn't kill Frankie Boy. He accidentally hit him with a car. That's what happened. That's it. And listen, if Frankie or if John Favara said the words like Angel said, what the fuck was your kid doing out in the street in the first place? It's kind of a good question. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the reaction a person might have. Like, oh my God, I just hit a kid because his fucking parents let him ride a mini bike around the goddamn streets. And, you know what I mean? Where does the blame really go, bro? Not on Frankie Boy and not on John Favara. There's a lack of supervision there. That's it. Angel said that if Frankie Gotti wanted a mini bike so bad, and they told him he can't have one, they wouldn't buy him one. Okay? And they knew other kids in the neighborhood had them, and they told him that he's not supposed to be riding one. But yet they weren't watching to see if he was. He was able to get himself onto a mini bike, and he rode it anyway. So they should have been watching. If they knew that Frankie is out here with all these kids that have mini bikes, why weren't they watching to make sure he didn't get on one? I'm just saying. You know? Mob podcast. You said in the past you did have kids. You said you had a niece. I don't know what that's about. Oh, David Monpass. Yeah, if he was drunk, that was my kid. It's a different story. 100%. 100%. Then you kill that motherfucker. Yeah. Wasn't there a storyline on Rescue Me like that? Where a drunk driver killed a kid or something, and then the dude fucking caught him when the police were taking him to court or something and shot him and killed him. Yeah, in that case, you're fucking right. But an accident's an accident. I mean, that's all there is to it. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. If you kill a kid by accident, would you deserve to die? Good question. Mob and OC Podcast. So if you accidentally hit someone with a car, you should expect to be killed. Yeah, it's strange logic. Jason Mikesell, losing a child is something I could never comprehend, but says a lot about his wife. That despite the grief, she nagged him to commit murder. Yeah. This guy across the pond formulates a lot of very strong opinions with very little to no research. The proof is his lack of facts, without a doubt. Diversity training with MRE. Had it been Angel and not Frankie, instead of a chainsaw and barrel of acid, it would have been a steak dinner and tickets to Hawaii. You are a savage. Somebody texted me and said diversity training with MRE is a savage, so I knew something good was coming. My brother was hit by a car when he was 5 and was close to death. He spent weeks in the hospital and needed at-home care after. Not once did my dad say, oh, I gotta, you probably meant rough this guy up. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Common sense. I'm tired of people on here saying all that shit everyone else should have done and everything they would or wouldn't do. This is fairy tale land when liars and frauds come to play. Shaking my head unreal. Oh, yeah, bro. Of course, everybody knows better than you, and everybody knows what they would do in a situation they've never been in. Fucking absurd. Yeah, Tony Ducks, you ain't kidding. See how quickly he'd be saying something different if it happened to him. Mikhail 1, nothing worse than to outlive your children, but if you accidentally hit a kid with your car, you don't deserve to be chainsawed in half. That's for the Justice Department to figure out. Yes, and by the way, tonight, Angel Gotti will be doing a show about this. I will bet you any amount of fucking money. If it's not tonight, it'll be her next show, but it'll be tonight. Where she is throwing a fit and saying that I blamed Frankie Boy for his own death, and how could I say his mother and father should have been watching him better and all? Well, because facts are facts. Your mother and father should have been watching him better. It wasn't Frankie Boy's fault. That's it. But listen, it's like I said, personal responsibility, guys. Lay the blame where it belongs. Oh, and she'll probably also have Mob and Organized Crime Podcast on as a guest tonight. Mark my words. FBS, the eldest Victoria Gotti and Angel's sister Victoria are ghouls. Oh, yeah, for sure. Bro, somebody told me a fucking story. I can't get too far into it because they'll be pissed off at me. But something Angel and her mother did to another woman. And you would fucking throw up if you heard it. It's a goddamn shame. It's some sick shit. I'm not talking about anything physical. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. If someone ever hurt even my niece, I would chainsaw their ass on camera. Jimmy made a mistake. I know all this. I'm just using examples. It's a terrible example. And listen, I think you might have an issue that maybe you should go get checked out. You might have a mental issue, bro. I'm telling you, it's not normal. It's not normal to say something like that. You know what I mean? An accident. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, let me think of an example. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't think of a scenario that similar to, accidentally hitting someone with a car. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but it's just, listen, I've had kids, especially if you live in the city, I've had kids dart out in front of my fucking car. And thank God. It's just an expression, guys. Thank God I was able to stop in time. But this is what kids do. They're reckless in the street. So, I mean, a regular person, a regular, average, normal person would have done nothing but grieve for their lost child. They would not have blamed the neighbor and hit him with a baseball bat. And then, because that's what his wife did. She went after him with a fucking bat. And then she eventually had him killed. She did. You're a moron claiming Jimmy Clandra killed for dollars. Get your facts straight. JC was as shocked as anyone when Reynolds did that. Fuck you. Yeah, of course. It's a dumb fucking. Come on. Jimmy went there for a fucking home invasion. All of us have committed crimes with other people where something could have gone wrong. Even if you did it by yourself. If you rob a store and you got a gun and you accidentally pull the trigger, you didn't mean to kill any fucking buddy. It was an accident, but you're responsible. But if you do it with somebody else and your only plan is to go there and rob somebody, and Tommy Reynolds, who's high on crack and whatever else, gets nervous and pulls the trigger on his 45, how are you to blame for that? Now, Chomo Uncle say, oh, because Jimmy brought them all there, whatever. Listen, Jimmy admits his role in that. And he suffers. You know what I mean? He suffers because of what was done. And he's admitted many times that he was wrong. Nobody's going to fucking argue that. But all this Jimmy killed a lady shit has got to stop, bro. You're just lying. That's another thing. I saw a video. I put chapstick on regularly because I get dehydrated from the Lasix I take. My lips get dry. I saw a video the other day of me putting on chapstick and it said FBS puts on lipstick. I mean, this is the type of shit you guys do. You see me put on chapstick and you're like, oh, I can make a joke and say it was lipstick, even though I did it on a live show and obviously it wasn't. This is what you call desperation. Jimmy paid his dues and then some. Yeah, listen, man. He did 8 years, you know what I mean? And he went through hell, and I'm sure he still does. So would I, so would you, so would everyone in this comment section. What? Oh, hurt. Listen, think what you want, bro. You're a strange character, though. You're a weird dude. FBS, this is MobTube. Facts are not permitted here. Good point. Good point. Joe Gambino, thank you for reminding me. I often forget that facts are not allowed here. Yes. The other side are allergic to facts. Lee Cole especially is allergic to facts. Allergic. Let's talk about that for a second. Think about Lee. Now, I didn't bring it up the other night. Think about the flip-flopping he's done. Could you imagine the balls Lee has to have to say, how could you have loved John Gotti and now you hate him? We have seen Lee turn against or for John Gotti at least 5 or 6 times. It's all based on his relationship with Angel. Now, that's disingenuous. And he didn't even realize this is why I say, watch that debate again. You got to pick out all the ridiculousness. When I said to him, why did you turn on John Gotti? Because I was mad at Angel. So that proves my point about you, Lee. That proves that you don't stand for anything, that everything you claim to believe in hinges on something else that's going on. Like when I liked John Gotti, I genuinely liked him. Now I genuinely don't. If me and Angel became friends again tomorrow, which we couldn't and we won't, I wouldn't all of a sudden put his picture back up. But you would, Lee. Like Lee will fucking, oh, I like John Gotti because I like his daughter right now. Okay, so then you never really liked them. So everything you do and say is bullshit. Crazy. Anyone want to send Mob to Florida for a calzone? LOL. Oh, God, that story. Joey Calico, yeah. Fucking Goomba's Pizza or whatever the fuck it was called. The argument is stupid. Stop debating with this idiot. Listen, now that's Frank Fiorellino talking some sense. Yeah, very true. Common sense. Frank, that kid has special needs. He is just being nice to less fortunate. God bless. My baby mother grew up next to Tommy Reynolds. Oh, really, William? Oh, okay. Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. John Gotti killed the men who killed his son. Even you know that if someone accidentally killed your daughter. Oh, my God, please. Bro, stop it. This is the arrogance of this motherfucker, man. The arrogance. He will tell you what you think. Like as if he knows your thoughts better than you do. He's literally telling us what we would do. How the fuck do you know? How about, God forbid, anyone here suffers a tragic accident, they just kill Mob and Organized Crime podcast instead of the guy who caused it. Oh, shit. An angel really hates the person whose mini bike it was. Oh, really? Is that true? Just imagine where you would be at if John Gotti was still. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is another pointless argument. Here's the thing, Tommaso. He's not. And where I would be right here. You know why? You know why? Because I wouldn't be fighting with Angel Gotti. Know why? Because Angel Gotti wouldn't be on YouTube if John Gotti was still here. Angel Gotti would have her fucking mouth shut, living out her golden years in Long Island, wherever the fuck she is. That's what would be happening. There would have never been growing up Gotti. John Jr. would have never sat with the feds. Angel Gotti would not have her fat ass on YouTube. And FBS would be talking about something completely different. There's your answer. Haha, beat you. I'm so good at this. The devil always comes to collect, like the wheels of justice turn slow. But you all need to know they turn nevertheless. All you need to know, they turn nevertheless. All right. Leave him alone, FBS. He's on a roll. Apparently, Mob and Organized Crime is the real Gotti groupie. He is. Look at his channel. He's a total Gotti groupie. And that's another thing. You know, it's so funny because this is why you can't win if you're FBS. When I had the Gotti picture up, I was the world's biggest Mob groupie because, and this is another thing. Do you realize these guys would never say somebody having a poster of John Gotti up is weird? As a matter of fact, I guarantee you most of them do. I guarantee you. Like Lee has pictures of mobsters behind him. That's not weird. OC Shorts, pictures of mobsters behind him. That's not weird. RJ Roger, not weird at all. But I have a picture of John Gotti, and just because they want to attack me, they turn that into something strange. And I become the biggest mob groupie in the world. I take the picture down, and there's something wrong with that too. Oh, now you just took it down because you're not friends with Angel Gotti. No matter what I do, it's wrong in their eyes because they're desperate to find something. I don't have to do that. I could say, NB, you're a filthy pig. And I can prove it with pictures of how filthy you are. I could say, MRE, you're a gay Nazi rat, and I can prove it. Okay, we could hear that you're gay by your voice. Okay, we know you're a Nazi because we have thousands of pieces of evidence, and we know you're a rat because we have proof of that too. I don't have to nitpick and watch MRE and be like, oh, you hear the word, the way he said murder the other day? It's so strange. You know, I don't have to pick little stupid things out. I do it when I do the impression, but it's not. I don't make entire shows about, oh my God, I'll pick something simple out about MRE's room and do a 2-hour-long show on it. It's so weird. These guys talked about that John Gotti picture for so long. Now that it's gone, they're still talking about it. Just in a different way. It's unreal. That's why I know when you guys say, no, we don't like you because of this, it's not because we're jealous of you. Listen, I know jealousy. I know jealousy. If there was something specific you didn't like about me, you talk about that and only that. But when you're going after every fucking thing, from the types of books I have back there, to the John Gotti picture on my wall, to the chair I use, to the shirts I wear, to my tattoos, to, it's pure and simple jealousy. You just can't fucking, for some reason, you envy the shit out of me. You hate the fact that you are where you are in life and I am where I am, and you just want to take it out on me, so you nitpick at every little fucking thing. But don't, listen, I will say this. If I was any of you guys on SlobTube, I'd be jealous of me too. I hands down, I have a better life than any of you. Any of you on SlobTube. There's no doubt about it. So I'd be jealous too, shit. Ask him if he wants to take a ride to Brooklyn. I got to go pick up some cannoli. I don't know who you're talking about, Frank. Mob crime is on the spectrum. Prove me wrong. Oh, no, I agree. I wish John Favara would accidentally ran over Mob podcast instead. Me too, bro. How old were you at the time, bro? That would have been great. All washed up is ridiculous. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. All washed up, ridiculous. Brooklyn Rob 1, FBS, this guy was looking for subs because he was not prepared to answer any question. No, I know that. But I figured, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll bring the guy on because, listen, if you're going to talk shit about me long enough, you're just going to lie. They all do it. Everybody on that side does it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to fucking at least challenge you to come on and say those things to me. And then you see what, as soon as I start explaining, he's stuttering all over the place. And, oh, I don't want to talk about this. And, oh, I'm here to ask you questions, not the other way around. Well, listen, you shouldn't have came on because you knew I was going to demolish you, didn't you? You're a great showman, but now you're embarrassing yourself. How? By speaking logic and common sense and reason? Like, bro, you don't kill a guy for an accident. You're embarrassing yourself. You sound like a fucking psychopath. And here's what I think of you. I think you're soft as baby shit. And God forbid something like that did happen to you. You do nothing. That's what I think. I don't think there's a tough guy bone in your fucking body. Look, yeah, Frank Fiordolino. If that was my son, yeah, oh boy, easy, killer. Yeah, whoa. Calm down, Roy DeMayo. Holy shit, you're going to kill who? Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Who said anything about emotions? You're talking about taking action, bro. Obviously, if something like that happened to my kid, I would be distraught. Yeah, let's not even talk about it anymore because we're bringing bad fucking juju on all of us. You know what I mean? It's not good. FBS blocked that hemorrhoid. You guys can block him if you want. Oh, look at this genius. Anthony Danielle, you fat, bald-headed idiot. You have a girl's name. Your last name is a girl's name. And you're here watching me, you fucking douchebag. Or he was obviously a closet fan of mine. But real good one, though. You fat, bald-headed idiot. I bet you'd do great in a debate, Danielle. Girl name called me a fat, bald-headed idiot. One thing to keep in mind was the time in 1980s. I was Frankie's age and could tell you no one wore helmets or other pads that kids wear today. Just saying. Of course, yeah, without a doubt. I was one of those kids. Now, I was a fucking baby when Frankie died, but I was a kid in the 80s in New York City. My fucking brother one time on 81st Street, right in front of our, I can't, well, you know what? I can't even tell the story. Forget it. All I'll say is my brother at one point, this motherfucker, I was riding my bike, okay? And this fucking guy, mind you, my brother's older than me, okay? He comes up behind me on his bike, and I was going pretty fast. And he hit my back wheel with his front wheel. And you know what happens then, right? The bike stops. I went fucking flying into a tree. I will never fucking forget that shit. Never. Till this day. You son of a bitch. Just like your wife should have watched her 10-year-old so he wouldn't have started his journey. Oh, Tommaso, are you butthurt? You want to insult my wife? Oh, did I hurt your feelings somehow, Tommaso? Why don't you come on here, bro? Why don't you come on here? Let me tell you something. You want to know the differences, stupid ass? When Victoria and John weren't watching Frankie Boy, Victoria was in the house in La La Land. John Gotti was off at the Bergen with his real family. Okay. With Shanna was a single mother raising a little boy, and she had to work 12, 14-hour shifts 5 and 6 days a week. Unfortunately, when you're at work trying to provide for your child, you can't be there 24 hours a day. But if you're just at a social club or in your fucking house, laying around or sitting around, you could be outside keeping an eye on things. So I just beat you too. Haha. This is why I am who I am, and you're Tommaso. You suck. Bye. Tell me I'm wrong about what I just said. Tell me I'm wrong. Lee said it was Frankie Boy's fault. Yes. I was talking to somebody earlier who was on that show when Lee said those things. And he said, What the fuck? What did he say exactly? Shit. Are you listening? Text me and remind me. I forget the exact quote that Lee said. But he blamed him. He said basically what John Favara said. What the fuck was he doing in the street? He didn't belong in the street. That's what he said about Frankie Boy. He said he was riding the mini bike illegally, and it was his own fault. Lee said that about Frankie Boy. And he has the balls to ask me about Shanna laughing at a joke about Angel being hit by a car. Not even Frankie Boy, but Angel. Lee, bro, you're like Trump, bro. For everything you say, there's a remark you made in the past that's totally contradictory to that, okay? For everything you say. You said something completely opposite in the past. It's like I said before, people create fake personas on here just to fit in with this genre. I see this all the time in other communities. In the cooking community, everyone is a gourmet chef. Oh, I believe it, bro. The cooking community, I can't even imagine what that's like. As a parent, you can't always keep an eye on your kids, so I don't really agree on that point, but fuck Angel anyway. No, but I'm saying if you want to put the responsibility on somebody, John Favara would be the last person you'd put it on. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree either, of course. Victoria couldn't be watching him the whole fucking time. But if in that situation, a little boy gets hit by a car because he's out on a mini bike he's not supposed to be on, who do you blame? John Favara was the most innocent one. Frankie Boy was doing something he was told not to do. And John and Victoria were not watching him. Okay? John Favara was just driving home from work. He was a regular guy. So, you know, of course, nobody expects that you can't keep an eye on your kids at all fucking times. But if you want to put the responsibility somewhere, you got to put it on yourselves as parents, John and Victoria. That's it. That's disgraceful, Edward Everett. Guys, everybody hit the like button or Frank Fiorellino's coming for you. Mob and Organized Chainsaw Podcast. Angel Gotti, your pick. Oh, that's, well, sheesh. Fuck, Irish. Well, you're on a fucking roll today, ain't you? I don't think you like Angel Gotti, do you? Tommy Reynolds was cracked out of his mind during that home invasion. Dude was a ticking time bomb, violent sociopath, and crack. Bad combination. Fucking right. Oh, Mikhail won. Let me check. I'm sorry, bro. I got to get back to you, by the way. Did you leave me your number in the email? Because you said you have an idea for me. Damn, bro. I don't think I did get it. Hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to that earlier, bro. He said, with YouTube taking 30%, do you prefer PayPal over Super Chats? And please send $10 to Miss Can't Be Wrong for her birthday coming up. Much love. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you for the $20. And listen, you got to be careful what you say on YouTube, but cash is always better. Yeah, it's always better. Thank you, bro. Miss Can't Be Wrong. Don't let me forget. Email me if you have to. I owe you $10. Oh, he's gone? Cool. I'm not a street person. I cut down corn that darted out in front of my chopper in the field. Bro, I don't know what that says. I got to be honest with you. Brooklyn Rob 1. FBS Lee doesn't have balls is pure ignorance on his part. Yeah, true. True. It is. What time is it? I got to spend some time with my fucking wife. Let me see. FBS, this loser has no logic. I know, he's a weird dude. Just because you run a mob channel doesn't make you a gangster. Stop the cap, as the kids would say these days at Mob and Organized Crime Podcast. Yeah, he thinks, I've heard him say before that he was like a street guy and he did all this time. And yeah, he's a super tough guy in his mind. Gotti would still be in Marion. Yeah, he would, but they still wouldn't be pulling that bullshit, even with him there. All right, let me get down here. Unfortunately, I got to bypass a bunch of comments. I talk to him from time to time. Sven Larson, he's okay. He's not doing well. But also, My friend Ron that bought the laptop and stuff and gave Brian $2,000. He talks to him as well. All right, guys. Am I going blind, or is your screen a bit out of focus? Well, I hope you're not going blind, but I also hope my screen isn't out of focus. What the fuck? All right. I'm out of here, guys. 2.5 hours in, 302 people left. Thank you very much. Some money made. It was a good show, a little debate, and some entertainment for your ass. I hope you appreciated it. Thank you for everyone who donated and everyone else just for being here and supporting me. I hope you at least hit the like button. If not, you ain't shit. And that's it. I'm out of here. I love you all. And until next time, salute.